Hello, we're here for the second and final day of the trial of Livia Tossici-Bolt. I'm here with Lois Mclatchie-Miller from ADF. Lois, can you sum up what we heard today in court?
Well, listen, buffer zones are the greatest affront to free speech in the West right now, and everything we've heard today just confirms that. Livia Tossici-Bolt simply held a sign saying, "Here to talk if you want," and that has brought us here today to have her criminally tried for simply being there to engage in conversations near an abortion facility in Bournemouth.
So I know we heard Livia being cross-examined today, and also we heard the summing up of the prosecution and the defence as it was brought to a conclusion. After hearing that, what are your concerns? Because I know we haven't had a final judgment yet.
It's concerning, really, to see this case even on the table. It's concerning that Bournemouth, Christchurch and Poole Council want to spend their money, their time and resources pouring into this case. And of course they've done the same with Adam Smith-Connor, who was convicted last few months just for praying in his head near an abortion facility in Bournemouth. And so we see this ideological precedent, this passion about this issue for them, which is really just, it's thought policing, it's censorship of a viewpoint. It isn't fair, it isn't just in a country like the UK.
So we've got a few weeks before we hear that final judgment. What are your hopes?
I think there was a lot of great evidence put forward today. We heard specifically from council officers that there was no report or complaint on the day from someone. There was no record. Nobody recollects being told that somebody felt harassed by Livia's presence in the buffer zone. That's a really key point. We've heard so much great reflection from Livia about her motivations for being there. She spoke about it being a time just after COVID where people had been locked away in their houses for so long, and she wanted to re-engage with the community that she knew and loved, and much like people were going out with signs saying free hugs or other things at the time, she chose this sign saying "Here to talk if you want," and she engaged in lovely conversations. Somebody even invited her to their house for a cup of tea because they were getting on so well in their conversations about life, family, children, work, all of these different issues. And so it's so clear from that evidence that that Livia's motivations were so pure, and that this doesn't come anywhere close to being a case about harassment and intimidation. And so we look forward to the judgment, to seeing what the court will make of this. And we hope for justice, we hope for the right outcome, we hope that nobody will be convicted for simply offering a conversation.
Well, all I can say is if I was in the area, I'd be asking Livia for a cup of tea. Anyway, thank you very much, ADF, for all your support for Livia, and thank you to all of you at home who've been praying about this issue. We'll hear the final verdict and the judgment on the 4th of April, so please stay subscribed to our social media channels and keep looking for that final verdict, and we'll pray that it will be a positive one which upholds justice.